Hey, what's going on everyone? Eric here. Welcome to my channel, Hyper Rare Collectibles. If you're a first time viewer, which you most likely are, because I only have like 40 subs and I hardly post, welcome. Um, but yeah, actually, when it comes to viewers, my PSA GameStop return videos always give me some decent views. So I guess people like to watch those. I like to watch those too, personally. Um, Other people, of course, and myself, I like to watch my own videos. I don't know if that's weird or not, but like I just like to look at the cards and how I sound and stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, I have about 23 slabs here. I just started a slab collection probably a few months ago. Um, I started out vending 6, 7 months ago, but like I'm not consistent. Like I do it occasionally, which I mean, I don't know how often occasionally would be, but when I do it, it's just locally in my town, you know, small shows, whether it's at like a high school gym or a volunteer firehouse, something like that. Nothing super crazy. Um, but I decided to just start keeping some for myself. I do grade most of my cards myself. Um, that's pretty much my thing. You know, I don't really I don't buy seal. I don't really buy much. I'll rip once in a while, but I only rip if I take something in as a trade or something, you know. But yeah, pretty much just looking for singles to get graded. So, but we'll jump straight into it. Um, and by the way, I use dragon scale guards, and they also sell these sleeves you can put over the guard, which I like. I think it's worth the investment. You know, protects the case from scratches, perhaps, or dust and debris maybe falling on it or whatnot. But that's just the OCD in me. So we got Fusion Strike, Mew VMAX in a 10. Rainbow looking foil. Over here we got Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies in a 10. Those are pretty cool cards. Umbreon's my favorite evolution, actually. My daughter likes we've been playing Arceus. I just got the Switch 2 a few weeks ago, so we're catching up on some games. She likes Sylveon and Espeon. I don't know, because they're pink. They have pink in them. So maybe because she's a girl, she likes those. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, Umbreon's my favorite out of them. But Gengar VMAX Fusion Strike in a 10. Can't go wrong with Gengar if you are selling cards or plan on becoming a vendor. Gengar, you can't go wrong with those. They sell pretty quick, at least for me. You know, Gengar is a popular Pokemon after all. Over here we got Pikachu EX Hyper Rare, Surging Sparks, sick card in a 10. Next up, I don't remember where I got it from, but I did get it myself. Maybe on eBay? Don't recall. But I did get a 10. Chilling Rain, Galarian Articuno, Sword and Shield Era. Next up, from Evolving Skies, Rayquaza V in a 10. And I remember when Fusion Strike, Chilling Rain, these booster boxes were like bottom dollar, probably around, I don't know, you could get them for like 90 bucks. Maybe at some point they touched the 80s, I want to say, if I remember correctly. That was like, I don't know, that was like 3-4 years ago, I think, at this point. But anyway, Bulbasaur, Stellar Crown, IR in 10. Cool card. But yeah, like, you never know, you know? In this hobby, I can say that about so many things. Or I wish I got that then, or more of this then. But it is what it is, man. I mean, you just gotta have the mindset that there's always gonna be more Pokemon sets coming out and more plays to be made. So that's why I wouldn't even go crazy. I don't buy much seal. I have a few. I did get some Destined Rivals product when it was almost not at its high, but like halfway point. but I traded stuff into it, so I don't really mind too much. It's long-term play for me anyway. Destined Rivals, can't go wrong with it in my opinion. Another sick card, Temporal Forces, Gengar EX. Love Temporal Forces, underrated set. This Gengar is beautiful too. In a 10. But yeah, I want to try to. So I just like to make videos about me just talking. You know, no script, just talking about the hobby, about my plans, my goals in Pokemon. And, you know, maybe just mix it in with some life stuff. Whatever. You know, everyone has their own plan, what they want to collect or what their goal is. Maybe they want to, when they plan on selling off, or maybe handing down to a family member, kid, grandkid. That's my mindset. I want to hand down some valuable things, not just any crap. You know, sorry, that's just what it is for me. I don't play the game. I don't want to hand down some card that's $1, like $1 million cards. No, I want to hand them something nice, some good big hitters. But here's War Turtle from 151. I know I'm rambling, but that's something else I'm trying to do. I want to get all the original 3, you know, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and their evolutions in the 151s and a 10. So I'm about halfway there. Working on that. The next 2 cards are from Shrouded Fable, which I know people dislike. I like Shrouded Fable. I mean, I don't hate it. And there's some cool cards in there, and I have, in my opinion, the 2 coolest ones. But we got Persian being one of them in a 10. Just got this one back, actually. Cool card looking over the town there. And the next one is the Houndoom from Shrouded Fable. Sick card, in my opinion. Beautiful. And a 10, Shrouded Fable. So yeah, so here we go. I have all the middle ones, as I mentioned. Ivysaur, Charmeleon, and War Turtle. And I do have, well, I'll show you, but I got the Charizard and I got the Blastoise coming in from 151. So I'm missing a few more to finish that set of those 3 evolutions. But this is a cool card in a 10 from 151. Here's the Ivysaur, 151 and a 10. It's what I grew up on too, so I mean, they also mean something to me, you know, just having all those evolutions, because I grew up with the original show, Gen 1 base set. So, like I said, I don't know if that would mean anything to like the younger kids today, because obviously I don't know, you know, there's new TV shows out and new Pokemon compared to back then, so. But anyway, here's another cool card from Temporal Forces. Raging Bolt SIR in a 10. Cool guard on it as well. I'll put it down here. And here we have some Hidden Fates love. Mewtwo GX Sun and Moon. I do want the Zard from Hidden Fates in a 10. I'll probably get that eventually. Yeah, awesome card. Got this graded myself. If you haven't seen any of my recent videos, like my return videos, I have a couple posted. The most recent one was from like a week ago. But yeah, check those out. You might like them. Here's Groudon. Sick card, in my opinion. Just absolutely beautiful card. Got this graded myself. Paradox Rift IR in a 10. They need to give Groudon an SIR, like ASAP. You know, this could have been an SIR and just made it a little more cooler, the artwork. I mean, it already is cool, but, you know, they could have probably did a little more to it, made it an SIR. That would have been dope. But yeah, this card, you know, it's hard to get in a 10. Like many other Scarlet and Violet cards, centering is an issue. Lightning in the corners and the back is an issue. And these are all important things if you want a 10. So it's tough. It's tough to find quality cards, to be honest. Here's Greninja. Got this graded myself in a 10. Gold Star Celebrations. It's the promo ETB. But yeah, I sent like 5 of these in. I got them for about 12 or 15 bucks each. This was like 6-7 months ago when I first started vending. I needed some cards, and yeah, I sent about 5 in, and 3 came back a 9, 1 an 8, and this got a 10. So I mean, it made up for it. And there's a swirl too. I think right now, like, the card went down a bit, as many other cards did in the past few weeks. But you see there's a swirl in the bottom left corner there, which I'm pretty sure there's a premium for a swirl. But I think the card overall is like around 8 or 850 now. I think the all-time highs were, the real all-time highs, like, were probably around 1,000 or 1,100. Yeah. Charizard, love this card just because it looks like the original one from base set. Just got this back as well in a 10. It's awesome. Just brings back so many memories just looking at this card every time I look at it. Ah, the good old days, man. I used to like watch the cartoon, I remember, before going to school. I think I was in 4th grade at the time. And they had, like, I think it was on like WB11 on, I don't know if that's cable or not, but that was the channel. I was in New York, that's where I'm born and raised. Now I'm in Jersey, but pretty sure that was the channel. I think I would watch it from like 7:30 to 8 or 8 a.m. to 8:30. I forget what time school started, but, and I think the episode was like a half hour long if I remember. But yeah, man, it's good times. Reshiram EX, SIR, white flare, yep, and a 10. Got this one at a card shop online, not even in store, online, and it looked good. Pull the trigger, I think it was about, I paid market for that, 200, and yeah, it came back a 10, so that worked out. Rayquaza EX Celebrations, it's a beautiful card, and a 10. And I do get cards from GameStop as well. I do a lot of trading slabs for store credit, and so I could like get into more expensive cards. And most of the time I try not to, I do it where I don't have to pay any money out of pocket. If I have to pay like $100 give or take, then, you know, I don't mind doing that. But, you know, I try to trade lower cards into more expensive ones because I want to be selective and picky with what I keep. I just don't want to have 1,000 slabs of like $20 cards. You know what I mean? $50 cards. To me, it's stupid, and I don't like clutter either. So, but anyway, Pikachu V, UPC, and a 10. Beautiful card. I don't even remember this card back in 2021. But yes, it's pretty sick. Thank you, GameStop. And we got 2 more left. This bad boy, which I took in as a trade. Very clean. I knew immediately when I took it into, I was like, yo, this is clean. This is gonna get a 10. Prismatic, SIR, Flareon. Beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. I love Flareon, it's dope. Here's the big bad boy. I traded a bunch of slabs in to get this one on GameStop's website. It's like 1,100 or 1,200, something like that, but well worth it, very happy. I would never spend the cash myself to get that, so just traded a bunch of other slabs that either wasn't selling, you know, or just had lying around. But yeah, got it in a 10. So that's everything. That's like 23 slabs. Let me see if I can flip this really quick. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can see me all right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so hopefully you like it. Just want to ramble a little bit. It's pretty much with the slab stuff, like I said, with GameStop. If I have stuff that's not selling or it's in my case for a long time, you know, you can go on GameStop's website and they're like an estimator. You can just type in the cert number for PSA and just compare the value of what hopefully you're a pro member too, because you get a little more if you're a pro member for the store credit. You can compare that to the actual market price that's selling at, like use eBay or whatever you want, alt. I usually just go on my desktop to eBay, sold and complete the listings, try to get like an average. And if it's pretty reasonable, then, you know, I'll just trade it in and not even bother waiting. Sometimes sometimes GameStop's good. I don't know how they do it, to be honest, because like some cards are pretty good with the store credit, some are like way off to what it actually sells for. So you just gotta pick and choose. If it's not selling at your shows, you just throw the cards up on eBay if you want cash. Or like when I say cash, like if you want a little more money than you might get in a trade for store credit, because cards sell pretty quick on eBay, especially if you like promoter listing. But that's up to you. I wouldn't do that right away because Pokemon's pretty popular. Usually it sells within a week, depending on what you have, of course. But yeah, I'll get stuff. Usually say I get a bunch of even eights, nines, and even tens. I don't really care about, or it's very hard to move. All that I'll just put in a pile for store credit, and that's what I do. I try to just get like a big card. You know, if I could get like $800 or $1,000 store credit, I'm looking to purchase one big card out of that. That's what I do. Maybe even two big cards, like 400 and 500, or again, one big card for 800 or 1,000, just depends on store credit. If I have to put in like $100, 150, I'll do it. And that's for me to get something of a value for my PC. Because again, my goal is to just hand something down to my daughter or my grandkids one day. And I want to give them some valuable cards, not just $1 bullshit cards. Well, that's just my mindset, you know what I'm saying? Not everyone thinks the same way about Pokemon or whatever, but that's what I do, okay? But it's a good way so you don't have to spend your own hard-earned money you get from your job or whatever, you know. In the beginning, it's tough, you know, when I first started out, because I had to spend money straight out of pocket in order to buy cards and get them graded. So the first two subs, you know, obviously I spent money out of pocket. But once you get in the middle of things and you're trading and you're getting cards in for under market at shows, and you know, you start getting tens back from your submission, with that increase the value dramatically on cards. You know, I think I did 6 submissions so far. So like by the time you're in your 5th or 6th submission, depending on how many cards you send, I usually try to send minimum 40 each time. My last one, well, the one that's there now is only 27. I haven't gotten back yet, but yeah, you know, you give yourself some breathing room, and you know, it's like chess. You know, what's my next move? What should I do here? Should I keep this? Maybe get rid of these and put it into something big, and the rest I'll bring to a show. You just gotta make it work, you know what I mean? So just figure these things out. You know, always just think. Don't rush into things. Think what you're doing, where you want to go, where you want your collection to go. If you're a vendor, what do you want to sell at the show, and what do you want to keep for your personal collection? And do you want to just flip something quick, or you want to keep something long term and give it to a family member, or you know, have a plan, have direction. Like I said, I get these people who just want to invest and buy tons of crap. I'm not like that. I do have some stuff sealed, a bunch of Destined Rival stuff and a few booster boxes, but that's it. Nothing crazy. I don't know, I see people like closets full of stuff, and I'm like, damn, man, like, I mean, I used to be like that with toys, because I used to sell toys in my 20s, and way too much shit, man. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking, to be honest. It was a hassle. Just, I had to move a few times, just carrying those boxes, renting U-Haul trucks, I remember, a few times, just to move my stuff. It's a pain in the ass, man. It's just, as you get older, I don't know. I guess as I got older, it's just too much. It's tiring, you know, it just kind of like weighs me down. I feel so much better and relieved having less stuff, but more quality. So, something to think about, you know. And your mind changes. Like, if you're someone young, high school, early 20s watching this, you're probably like, what's this guy talking about? Well, listen, I guarantee you're not going to be thinking the same way if you're 21 when you're 31. I guarantee your mindset changes. If your mindset doesn't change, then, I don't know, maybe you're not growing up, or your responsibilities aren't changing, but they will. Trust me. Life just, you know, it's just life. You know, circle of life. That's all it is. Just trying to give you a little friendly advice, or at the end of the day, you make your own decision, okay? But just have direction. Have a plan. Know what you want to do. And I'll probably make a separate video just talking about all this type of stuff. Just wanted to get this out really quick. And what I showed you here, this definitely at least half the cards I'm 100% keep for sure long term. There's a few that I'm still thinking about. Maybe I'll sell them off into one bigger card. So we'll see what I decide to do. But for now, that's what I got. That's what I decided to keep. That's it. I'm about to put them in my display case I have in the corner there. A glass display case and like little shelves. So it's gonna look nice. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm tired because I tried to record this video like 5 times already and my memory was acting up and the video kept pausing a few minutes in every time. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you haven't watched the GameStop return videos with slabs, PSA slabs, check those out. I think you'll like them. And if you have any questions, leave a comment, alright? I also have an Instagram with the same name, Hyperware Collectibles, so you can follow me there if you ever want to purchase a slab. You know, just hit me up. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. I'm tired.